Okay, so how do you build relationships with joint venture partners or potential joint venture partners? And I mentioned this in the last video. It's all about adding value. So I'm just going to walk through some of the ways you can do that. How do you add value? One of them is you can buy their product. It's a great one. Buy their product, buy their high-end product, whatever their top-of-the-line product is. Go ahead and buy the product, use the product, tell them how you used it. I mean, people love to hear about their customers, their clients getting results. So go tell them how you used it. One of the absolute best ways to get on someone's radar. Another way is comment on their blog. Just if they're publishing a blog, go and leave comments, leave intelligent comments. You never want to be a stalker. That doesn't work so well, but leave intelligent comments on their blog. Read their blog so you get to know them, get to know who they are, what they care about. Because as you get to know them, that allows you to interact with them and make better comments. Comment on their social media. If they're publishing wherever, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Vine, it doesn't matter. If wherever they're publishing, go in there and leave comments. You don't have to leave a comment on every single post because that could be a little weird. But leave comments, and in particular, leave intelligent comments. Add to the conversation. Help create a conversation. Then you can write about them on your blog. Again, you don't want every blog post to be about them, but every now and then, especially if they do something cool, write about them. Create a blog about them, because the deal is they're probably have they've probably got a Google alert set on their name. So if someone writes about them, then they are going to hear about it. So it's the old reticular activating system. And the reticular activating system, that's the thing in your brain that if you're in a party, it could be a crowded party and 20 conversations going on in the room, but if someone says your name across the room, then somehow you can magically hear that. Even among all these, boom, your name, boom, you hear it. And it's the same way when someone sees someone wrote about them on the web or in social media, there's no way they can not go there and read what you wrote. So another thing, you could do the whole track back. If you blog about them, it could track back. On social media, you can write about them in social media, and they will absolutely hear about you if you tag them. So these can be great ways to just sort of get on their radar so they know who you are. This is probably the best way to get their attention, is to sell their stuff. Join their affiliate program and become a good affiliate and sell their product. Even if you have to if you've picked one person that you really want to build that relationship with, this is all about picking who you want, picking your spots. And then just go all out. Even if you have to create some massive bonus package to be able to sell their product, you need to think strategically, think long term. Here is Fred, and I want to get on his radar, and the way I'm going to do this by selling a bunch of his product. Then go create a massive, massive bonus package that you're going to give to anyone who buys Fred's product through your affiliate link. Buy your way. When I say buy, just really put that effort in so you can sell a bunch of their product and buy your way into their, basically onto their radar by selling a bunch of their product. Now there are other ways to add value as well. What do they want? What interests do they have? Who do they want to meet? Where are they stuck? When I say interests, I've had, one of the things I like guitars. I like to play guitar. I'm not a great guitarist, but I really appreciate really great guitars. And I had someone give me a potential partner, give me an extraordinary guitar. It was for those of you who know guitars, it was a Gibson ES335. And go Google that. If you're not a guitar player, go Google it, Gibson ES335, and see what they cost. They're not, I'm talking a full authentic Gibson here, not an inexpensive guitar. I've had, I love to ski. I'm a skier. I love to mountain bike. I've had someone basically say they're willing to take me heli skiing. Well, going, skiing on a helicopter, where you take a helicopter up to the top of the mountain, not an inexpensive proposition. These are ways people are adding value to my life. You know, like back in the old days when I was first rolling out Product Launch Formula, and it was clear I had some real stature in the market, even though I didn't have a product out yet. I actually put together, as part of my pre-launch, a teleseminar, and I had like something like 6,000 or 8,000 people register for that call. And it turned out I didn't have enough, my bridge line, my teleseminar line wasn't big enough. Well, I got a call out of the blue by this guy by the name of Mike Filsame. Back then, no one had heard of him. Mike's like he's a guru now, but no one had heard of him then. Mike called me up and said, hey, I have a bridge line, and how about if we patch my bridge line into your bridge line, and they'll give you an extra 500 spots. I'd heard of Mike, but I didn't know him at all, really. He just called completely out of the blue. He gets a hold of me and offers me this when I'm in a real time of need. Hey, I've got this bridge line, boom. Well, needless to say, I built a relationship with Mike after that because it was just such a big-hearted thing to do, and that's the way Mike is. He's got this incredibly huge heart, and he's so helpful for people. And well, lo and behold, 3 or 4 months later, when he had a product to launch, guess who was promoting it? I was promoting it. So, there's all kinds. Figure out how can you add value to their life. There's all different kinds of ways. Another one, Erico, one of my platinum members, bought 700 copies of Brendan Burchard's book, and he's sending it to all of his clients. Okay. Well, that's a really good way to get on Brendan's radar, because when Erica told me all about that, I sent Brendan an email. I said, Brendan, check out what Erica just did for you. Bought 700 copies of your book at retail. All different kinds of ways to get on people's radar. But buy their product, do good with it, report back to them, sell their product, sell a bunch of their product. 2 really good ways. Now, one of the things is there's what I call the JV food chain. A lot of people come up to me and say, Jeff, how do I get you to promote? Or how do I get like the #1 guru in my market to promote? And it's usually the #1 guru or the top, the A players. They're going to be tough to get on their radar. It's going to be tough to get on their calendar because they've got so many people coming to them that want to promote. Okay, well, the way you get on the A players' radar is it's like this. The JV food chain goes like this. Here's your A players, your B players, your C players, your D players, your E players. Okay, and I'm not making any. You can define these however you want, and I'm not judging people's relative worth. I'm just talking about their stature in the market and their power in the market. Going to the A player, it's going to be tough. Starting at the top, it's in any business, it's hard to start at the very, very top. But you know what? It's a lot easier to get on the radar of the E players, right? If you can get on there, it's just a lot easier. They have less people coming to them. So you get on their radar. The thing about those E-level players is, who do they hang out with? They hang out with other E-level players, right? But they also know some of the D players, okay? So if you do a deal with the E player and you do really good for them and make them a bunch of money and you have a great product and you send them the money on time and everything like that, you could probably get an introduction to some of the D players. And the D players are probably watching what the E players are doing. And so then you work your way up to the D players and you create some real value for them. And who do the D players hang out with? They hang out with other D players, but they also know some C players. So if you do really good for the D players, then you can use it to get on the radar of the C players. And you can see that you can keep on doing this and leapfrog your way up to the A players. Now, is this a short-term thing, like we're going to have like the biggest person in your market promoting, the biggest A player promoting for you next week? Absolutely not. This is a long-term play, but it absolutely works, and I've seen it work over and over. Everything about this game, and especially everything about the joint venture game, is a long-term process. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. It's all about building your positioning over time and building the momentum over time, and it will absolutely work for you.